Well, from New Orleans, we'll make our way over to the newly named Navarre Stadium on the campus of McNeese over in Lake Charles. Matt Viator back at the helm for the Cowboys, his second stint at McNeese as head coach, tied for all-time wins at the school. As we pick up the action first quarter, Louisiana Christian has already scored the first points of the game with a field goal, but that's when Bryce Strong takes it in. 7 yards out, McNeese is up by the score of 7-3. In the second quarter, Louisiana Christian, again, finding the end zone, 7 yards, beautiful fake. Bryce Perkins, the quarterback, keeps it there. They go for two. They miss. It's 17-9 McNeese. Later in the second, look at the misdirection by the Cowboys. Trevante Citizen, 21 yards. He gets it into the end zone. 24-9. The Cowboys are on top. Just under 5 minutes to go in the second. And still in the second, Jake Strong passes to the left side to Jonathan Harris. 15 yards. 31-9 at this point for McNeese. As you would expect, once they got things going, the Cowboys were able to get the job done. 54-9, the Cowboys get the win. What a start for Jake Strong. 22 of 28 for 329 passing yards and 3 touchdowns. The Cowboys rush for over 300 yards. Congratulations to Matt Viator with that win. Becomes the all-time winningest coach for the Cowboys. Next week, they will travel an hour east down I-10 to Lafayette to face the Raging Cajuns at Louisiana. After this game, though, hear from the head coach in the win number 1 on the season.
He's got a really good understanding of the offense. I think he and Coach Bolfing have a great relationship, and I'll watch him in practice and watch how they speak with each other, and I've really been pleased with that whole thing. And it's a tough thing for me personally, because quarterbacks are my baby. I mean, that's what I've done, and for the last, well, not the last 3, but 3 years there, and 2 of the years for sure. I mean, that's all I did at UL. All day, every day, and I like the position, but I think it's better, in my opinion, when quarterbacks have their own position coach and it's not the head coach.
Here's a look at the numbers and just how impressive it was. A lot of records there. Total yards over 600, rushing yards over 300, all setting records for McNeese. And very balanced, Scott, coming out of the gates. 305 rushing, 359 passing. So they found it through the air. Great start by Jake Strong, but also what they were able to do on the ground.
Yeah, great quarterback play, but I think when you look at those stats, and you look at the balance offensively, when you can go over 300 yards in both running and passing the football, you're going to win a lot of football games. But I think what it does, that's complementary football, because that helps your defense. It gives your defense a break. You're not just airing it out every play. So good complementary game plan by the McNeese Cowboys.
So the numbers on the screen will say one thing. The numbers on the final score also say something about this. But then again, when you look at the matchup, and this is by no means disrespect to Louisiana Christian, just a much bigger school for McNeese. Deeper, bigger. They were supposed to get that win, and they got the win. But I think if you look at the other side of it, on the focus for McNeese, remember, Matt Viator's back. Took them to the playoffs in 2015. You heard him say he's been spending time east, down the road. He's been at Louisiana. That's where we're going to go play next week. He's been consulting. He was there when Napier was there, before Napier went to Florida. And then Decimo came in. Then he decided to take a year off. So to get back there, start a new system, 1 week ago, or even on our show yesterday on Game Notes, what did he say? Don't ask about quarterback? No idea. Don't ask about running back? No idea. Well, Jake Strong comes out, has a tremendous game, and they scored a ton of touchdowns on the ground as well. For the Cowboys, though, isn't it more about let's see how we're doing with this new coach, who's an old coach, but a new system as we get ready to move forward?
Yeah, certainly, because he's back. He understands the identity that he wants this team to have. And anytime you go into a game, especially game 1, a lot of people say these coaches know who they're playing. I really don't think they do. You never know how guys are going to respond until they turn the lights on and they kick the football off. Some guys can practice better. Some guys can play better in games. But as you saw rolling, a lot of the teams throughout the country thought they were going to play multiple quarterbacks, and then they kind of settled in on one as the game went along. Same thing with the running back position. McNeese, they have a stable of running backs, and it's good to have a stable of running backs, because especially if you want to be that control the line of scrimmage, run the football down your throat type of team, which Coach Viator does, I think you need those stable of running backs.
Jake Strong, as we told you, throws for 329, but let's take a look at the running backs and focus on it, because he does have a stable. Remember what Scott told you, not only in our preview show, but even Saturday morning on Game Notes. Hey, when you see that cowboy on the helmet, you think of hard-nosed, grinding out, toughness. 305 yards, 4 different running backs had a rushing touchdown in this game. So everybody had their chance to prove something. And Scott, to their credit, they did. They had a chance to show Coach, hey, you might want to put me in at another time because I'm ready to go here. There's a lot of depth at that position for them.
You can never have too much depth at certain positions on the football team. Running back is certainly one of them. And these guys should be thankful. They're lucky they play for a coach who understands how to put them in position to succeed based on their talents and abilities. I think that's what's fun about coaching football is you get to find out what a guy's individual abilities are and try to put those guys in a position to make plays. And McNeese are going to do that. When you have that many good running backs, you got to find a way to get them on the field.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting matchup next week when they go down the road to Louisiana, considering Viator had been there for a few years. They know his coaching style, but he knows a little about them too. It'll be a neat matchup to see the Cowboys and the Cajuns. We'll talk about the Cajuns in a little while.